I wanted to make a video basically talking about my feelings on Marvel Rivals and Overwatch. Talk about how I feel the future of both games are. Just kind of give my summary. A lot of people are asking me, am I done with Overwatch? What's the deal with Overwatch? So I wanted to make a video where I can link that to people and basically tell them my feelings. So to generally talk about it, like to answer the question that a lot of people ask me, which is, am I done with Overwatch? The answer is not necessarily, but for now, yes. So like, I love Overwatch. I think a lot of people that play Rivals came from Overwatch. There's some people that, like, I think most people have tried Overwatch at least at one point in their life. And I've been playing Overwatch since the game fucking launched. I, like, bought it, like, first week it came out. I played it on console. Then I played it on, you know, PC. It was my first PC shooter. You know, Overwatch was just, like, a game that I loved. I played a ton of it and I enjoyed it, right, like, for its time. And also Overwatch is gonna have a sweet spot in my heart because Overwatch was the gateway towards me being a content creator. Everything that I've ever done in the multimedia content YouTube space, and I've done all kinds of pretty wild stuff that we'll talk about another time. I flew out to Mr. Beast's headquarters. I've worked for, you know, social media companies. I've been a creative director to this and that. All of that actually started originally working on Overwatch content 6-7 years ago. And it opened up it changed my whole life. It literally did. It changed my whole life. I didn't know what I wanted to do, and Overwatch kind of created that for me. So I do feel like a certain amount of, like, I'm indebted to Overwatch in a way, more than other people might feel. And I generally, at one point, loved the game. But it's kind of like, I think there was a point in time where I got burnt out on Overwatch and didn't enjoy it, and I kept on playing it because I didn't really have anything else that kind of filled that, you know, scratch that itch, you know? But like, if there was any other offering, I would have jumped ship forever ago, or at least tried the other option, played the other option a lot, stopped playing Overwatch as much, but there was just nothing quite like Overwatch that existed. And then Marvel Rivals comes out, and I mean, honestly, like, when I first started playing Marvel Rivals, I didn't think much of the game. Like, when I first saw it and didn't play it, I mean, I didn't even play the alpha because I was like, I don't really know. Once I had a friend get me into the beta, and then once I tried the beta, I was like, all right, this game got serious legs. So because, like, ever since I played the beta, I was like, I've been prepping the channel. We've been planning behind the scenes. As you see, all the content, like, a lot of the content that's out now has been planned, you know, forever ago. And so, like, prepare yourselves. And Rivals is just kind of just something that is the same core gameplay loop that I love about Overwatch, but in a shell that I feel like is extremely fun and fresh. And, you know, maybe eventually it will have the problems of Overwatch, but, like, Overwatch didn't really have those problems for, like, 3-4 years. And I'm so burnt out and done with Overwatch at this point that I'm just really not interested. I'm just so disinterested in playing the game. I'm so disinterested in anything that's coming out from the game. Like, even 6v6 tests people talk about, like, I'm really not that interested in that either. I think the only thing that I'm slightly interested in doing is trying out DPS Doomfist, because I fucking love DPS Doomfist. But yeah, I think another problem with Overwatch is that I feel like in a lot of ways the game has been solved. Like, everyone knows what the metas are, and metas get figured out so quickly. Everyone's already so good at the game. The people that are still playing the game are people that have been playing the game for a long time. And, like, Rivals just feels like a place where I, as a coach, can really make an impact on helping people improve, helping people understand the game. A lot of people who are playing this game, it's their first hero shooter. In Overwatch, the people I'm talking to and teaching are people that have been playing Overwatch for 4 years. Then a lot of the people I coach, they're like, oh, I've been hard stuck for 4 years. I want help. Or they've been grinding and listening to guides for so long. I want to be able to, like, impact people that really, you know, they're fresh to this genre. They really need help. I think my coaching style helps people that are new more than anything else. And yeah, and, like, also, to be honest, like, content is doing better than ever. It might not stay like that forever, but for the foreseeable future, I don't plan to do anything Overwatch related. And I'm also not on the camp of, like, Overwatch is dead. Like, Overwatch is terrible, all that. I think Overwatch is a good game. I think people that have never played Overwatch would like it. I think there are things that you could like about Overwatch, even if you like Rivals. I'm just personally burnt. I'm just personally done. I'm personally burnt and done, and I'm not interested in playing Overwatch for the foreseeable future. And yeah, I mean, I have a lot of subscribers that subscribed to me for Overwatch. Some of them swapped over to Rivals, but if you didn't, you know, I'm sorry. Like, I can't force myself to like Overwatch right now. And you know, I also think that, like, I hope that Marvel Rivals really pushes Blizzard to get Overwatch in gear, because like right now, Overwatch has a lot of problems. I think going to 5v5 ended up being a terrible mistake. I didn't see it when it was implemented, but in hindsight and now, like, I see that that's like a gaping problem that I don't think that there's a really solvable way to fix it. I think there's just a ton of problems with, like, I think also Blizzard has been generally like super afraid of making certain characters meta and dominant, while at the same time having other characters meta and dominant for far too long. Like, we had long periods of Sojourn meta, but they'll nerf a Genji meta, like, for if it's around for 2 weeks, it's gone. So it's like they're picky and choosy about the metas that they like. There's not enough change. There's not enough diversity. I think it's nonsense when we have like 4 seasons of Orisa. I mean, I could go. I'm not gonna turn this into a rant about being mad. I'm not mad at Blizzard. Actually, that's not true. I'm a little mad. By the way, chat, just for transparency, I kind of mentioned this in one of my other videos, but I never, even though I've been making Overwatch content for 6 years and I had my own channel for 2 covering Overwatch content, I was never invited into the NDA playtest, you know. Like, all the big creators, they get to play, test the game, and they try early and make content about it early. I was never at it. I asked. I was never invited. I was never allowed in. I finally did get in. Someone else that got brought in leaked it, so they kicked almost everyone else out that they brought in, including me. So the entire time I've been with Overwatch, you know, I've been working on Blizzard's game and working on their product. The devs couldn't give a fuck. That's the best way to put it. The devs could give a fuck. I didn't do anything wrong. I've only made good content, educational content, trying to promote the game, trying to make good content for the community of the game. And Blizzard could give less of a fuck about anything I've ever done. So yeah, I mean, I know that that's not everyone at Blizzard. I know it's probably like a subset of people at Blizzard, but like, they just don't care. And so, like, I just don't care. I don't feel any loyalty to Blizzard. I don't feel any loyalty to Overwatch. They've never, like, they were definitely the catalyst that started off my career. So in a way, I feel really indebted to Overwatch, and I always love Overwatch. But like, Blizzard, I don't feel anything about them, and nothing positive anyway. Yeah, it is pretty wild, right? So yeah, so and honestly, the Marvel Rivals devs have already treated me like so much better, and I'm so excited to work with devs that, in my opinion, they've reached out to me, they've DM'd me, they listen to the community. If I have problems, I can message someone, they'll respond. Like, it's just it's night and day. So yeah. Basically, all aboard the Rivals train for the foreseeable future. Probably, we're gonna ride this ship until it crashes. So, like, if it doesn't ever crash, we're riding this ship in the sunset, and we're fucking sailing off with it. So yeah, that's pretty much it. RIP Overwatch for me doing Overwatch. But there's a lot of other creators that make really good Overwatch content. There's a lot of other creators that will do Overwatch content in the future. It just won't really be me. So yeah, and you know, like I said, I might come back to Overwatch at some point. Specifically, I'm interested in how 6v6 plays out. I think if the game returned to some of its old forms, like there was patches and times in Overwatch 1 that I thought the game was absolute peak. I honestly think if Overwatch went back to a 6v6 format with a hero ban system like this game, no role lock, I honestly think that would be so peak. Like, nerf some of the craziness that they've kind of created in, you know, Overwatch 2. Revert it to 6v6. Give us hero bans. No role lock. I just want to try. I just want to feel it. I think that could be amazing. But because my favorite time in Overwatch was back when there was no rule lock. But anyways, I think that's enough yapping for that concept. I think that pretty much answers most people's questions. But